Having a wee bit old school play. Airwave Black Magic. Almost frontal cell openings. Still a wee bit sealed. Very light conditions. Alan's at St Cyrus. It was mirror cam when he arrived, but I got a phone call about 10 minutes ago to say he reckoned it was starting to pick in sea breeze. Dundee's good westerly, good fresh westerly there. Various wind turbines showing sort of west, northwest, etc. Ian Archer's up at Knock of Formal, and apparently the windsock's pretty well horizontal down at landing field. So there's a fresh westerly there. And Lovett's just arrived, parked around there, so the hot dogs are getting ready. And got to decide whether it's worth burning diesel to go up to St Cyrus if it does pick up. But we've got more wind out in the water. In the meantime, I've got to swing out to have a wee play. Okay, so tactile visual audios, all those checks have been done. Airspace checks, rechecked. And give it a wee taste of the air, see what there is. Okay, so just a light breeze at the moment. Now you can see with the almost frontal and very large cell openings, the wing just drops. The air's not kept into it. Got folks with dogs about to walk past. Path clear the other side, the airspace is checked. The turn step assist works just as well on a wing. It's 21-year-old design as it does on a modern wing. However, Black Magic and quite a few wings, we've got an ITV as well, has a centre line. Now because there's a left and a right line runs to the centre, you get a lot less warp control. ITV is particularly prone to that. Black Magic's not too bad, you can still wing warp it to some extent. Checking. Yep, still very soft. Off the edge, wee bit breaks and down, and you can see it just drops, doesn't hold the air in it at all. Yeah, well, you can fly with no wind, but it just means you're walking back up. But the hot dogs will be ready shortly, so going top to bottom is maybe not such a bad idea. Have a bite to eat. Okay, shut down the file just now. Okay, now I had the wing nosed over, so it was lying without any cell openings visible to the air at all, and as the breeze picked up, with the air flowing over the top of the wing surface, just breathed out, Bernoulli at work, and it opens up. Once it's lifting off the ground, you then get the push effect of the wind, so that's Newton's third force, and that just completes the opening. It's still fairly light at the moment, but got the seagulls up, and while they're still flapping, they're also getting a bit of a soaring flight. Obviously we've got quite a lot of thermal action comes off the car park and the rocks when they're out there, so that helps the seagulls stay up even if it's too light for us. Nice one coming in there. Oops, that's probably Alan on the phone. Hi Alan.
Hi buddy. I wouldn't hurry down here, it's dropped off again, but the ripples are getting closer into the shore. They're probably about a quarter mile offshore just now.
Yeah, I've got the same sort of thing here, plus Lovett's hot dogs have just arrived. So I've actually got the 1990 Black Magic out, having a wee play on that. But let's put it this way, I took a book to the top of the ridge with me.
Yeah. I'll give you a shout if it looks as though it's changing, but I'm being positive.
Yeah, I mean it's getting better and better here, but still, you know, it's just top to bottoms at the moment. It's probably 100 yards offshore is most of the wind. The obvious advantage of Arbroath is that we've got the full range from southeast all the way around to westerlies. But I'll give you a shout if it gets really good down here as well.
Good stuff, mate.
Bye.
Cheers.
Right, so play the waiting game. But certainly it's not worth driving the extra 30 miles up to St Cyrus and then best part of a 50-mile round, well I suppose it's 45-50 miles yet back, until we know for certain it's going to be a good day. particularly as down here we've got the same wind direction ridges as an option, and we've got seating as well. So let's have a wee see what it's like. Let's leave the boots off just now and keep the tootsies cool. Definitely feeling a better breeze there. There's not much showing on the flag. Right, tactile, visual, audio, check and acquire. Procedures, all the same. Recheck the airspace. Quite close to the edge, imagine that's a cliff. So need an asymmetry on the pop. Waiting, 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 and bounce. And let's settle on its back, and it just drops. So safer to carry it back up to the back wall to give it a bit more space. One advantage of the very old wings is they often had very short, in comparison with modern gliders, very short line lengths, so it actually takes less room for the layout. Don't need the safety risers, just lift. Now we've got oilseed rape growing in the field at the back, which means the sun isn't heating the ground as much as if it was bare earth. So when it's bare earth back there, in the same conditions, we tend to expect to see more and more consistency in an onshore breeze, because the sun would be heating the earth, thermals would be going up, and that would be assisting the wind. Okay, checks are done. Acquire, but don't pull on. Recheck the airspace. Wait until I feel the breeze and then count to 5, or in this case 3, until the breeze meets the wing. Keep rechecking. Slow, 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 waiting, and ease off the ease. Recheck again. Turn, step, and we assist with the brake and let it drop as near on its back as you can manage. Recheck the airspace, bounce it out a wee bit tidier. Each time it's getting better and better. And now we've got clean trailing edge, and you can see without curved over, closed, fully closed sail openings on modern gliders, and that's anything in the last 15, even 18 years, it just drops, the air can go out. Modern gliders do not, if they're properly designed. In other words, you don't have an idiot who doesn't understand physics and is a zoologist. You don't have an idiot involved in designing them. Modern gliders, fully closed cell openings, when they settle back down, it catches the air, so you don't get that flop. Breeze is still a wee bit offshore. I'm just getting these little thermal plus breezy cycles coming through. And bouncing. Still just not, and a big backdraft there, so still nothing really to work with. Shutting down. Okay, now there's one of the major differences. So we've got the panel, and they weren't certified per se at that time on this sort of thing. So this is a Blackmagic 2, it's a later one. Got the serial number. The weight range much wider, 55 kilos to 95 kilograms. The interesting thing is the minimum and maximum speed. Now a modern glider won't really fly. You'll be starting dropping out there if you drop below 15 miles an hour. This one is 15 kilometers an hour to 40 kilometers an hour. Now modern glider trim speed is about 38 kilometers an hour. But this of course doesn't have the speed system, so that's the reason for that. But it will actually remain flying, albeit almost like a parachute, right down to 15 kilometers an hour. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what that is. That's got to be under 10 miles an hour. So if we work the numbers, 100 kilometers an hour is 60 miles an hour. So 150 would be 90 miles an hour, divided by 10, so yeah, about 9 miles an hour. So this thing really will act like a parachute, and you can just float down, which a modern glider would be dropping out of the sky. I've got a breeze going past me. Roughly out, check the airspace. Free off, tactile, visual, audio check, tactile, visual, audio check, recheck the airspace, acquire the A's, wait, and give it a gentle surge. Turn in the harness, loading up, bounce. Oh, still soft. And zero brake and towards it. So still wait a bit longer. I'm recording a video. That'll be on YouTube. 720 by 480 video, really good quality. It's not quite full frame, but close to it. So recheck the airspace. Slow, 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 let it settle. None of this run, run, run. Let it settle. Turn in the harness to correct that. Correcting on yaw. Going under the glider. Glider coming now. If it's solid enough, I need to step the wrong way. It's dropping back, flick round. So as I say, it's the wrong glider to demo this, but I'll need to step the wrong way, putting in the roll, wee bit yaw, take off and then round again. And the performance on this is going to go down like a brick, particularly with the wind blowing down the slope. Better idea would be to bounce it across to the other face. Recheck the airspace, let it settle. Up it comes, overhead. Wait, and wait. Step the wrong way. Then flick round and settle. Now, check the airspace. Asymmetric launch and settle. Wee surge, stop. Recheck the airspace. Slow, slow, slow. Let it settle. Asymmetric launch. And whereas I use the glider to take me back up the hill, even a glider that's 21 years old in totally the wrong wind direction. Recheck and turning in the harness to correct it, ease off and settle. Got a round of applause there, I think.
Excellent.
Lazy and efficient. Now this is not great glider to demonstrate it, but can you see how the glider was slightly ahead of me?
Oh yeah.
So there wasn't a major surge and dive. And that is with conditions that really are way wrong.
I understand that, yeah. Wow.
So that's what they looked like back in the late 80s, early 90s.
This is what I had a crack at.
The one you have down here is more up to date then?
That one's probably about 4 or 5 years old. But when Ed went back to Canada, he offered me it, so I got that one for 300 quid. And basically the contents of his caravan, because you couldn't take them with me. You want a laptop, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty
good. He's only allowed one laptop on the flight.
Yeah.
He's a good mate.
So this one just a little higher performance?
No, it's actually same performance, but effectively yes, because it's 15 years better design. But the gliders I would normally fly are high-end comp gliders. They're much better performance.
That was
what, your own gliders or you're flying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not your glider?
Well, it's one that I own. I've got about 30 odd gliders.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
So where do you normally work out of?
Well, I'm a commercial photographer, but when I'm not working, I'm teaching. And as I say, I get people coming from all over the world.
Yeah.
If you guys would like a little hop, I've got the small tandem with me. And round there, where there's the gentle grassy bay, I can give you a wee glide if you want to feel it. Takes about 5 minutes to set up. Would you like?
I can't.
No, I don't.
I can't.
I'm thinking about coming down for a full lesson if
Had a
to
chap
actually get back into.
Had a chap who drives down from Inverness to Dundee, 9 Wells Hospital for his chemotherapy.
We were just there.
First time the conditions weren't suitable, so he didn't fly. Second time he came down, the conditions were okay. You can walk about 15-20 feet on a flat pavement before he needs to spray nitro under his tongue. Before we took off, which had to be done with him sitting down, I had to strap, using the Velcro strap which is normally around the paraglider when it's parked, to strap his artificial left leg to his right leg.
Wow.
And he was 85.
Now you,
Oh.
see, now the guilt
The old-
is coming in.
The oldest I've had flying with me here was an old RAFC, Royal Flying Corps pilot from World War I, 92.
Wow.
Almost the jacket you go.
No, I've done this. I've been knocked about doing this as well.
Yeah, but this is the
I was
lazy
obviously
and
getting it
efficient
wrong,
way.
and I'm kind
No,
of interested.
were you getting it
Bob and I
wrong?
went and did it.
Were you getting it wrong, or was your instructor
Well,
getting
the
it wrong?
instructors get it wrong, obviously.
So was
yeah.
it instruction error or pilot
Well, it
error?
was instruction error. I can fly normally.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a reasonable pair of hands on me.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it for a long time as well. But
Yeah. And you would never take a normal aircraft off the ground unless it was fully flying.
absolutely, it flies me off the ground.
Yeah.
not-
But you were told to do that with the paraglider.
Yeah.
Bad move.
Yeah.
But there you can see how lazy that is. And turn to correct that, warping the wing and zero brake. So even in less than ideal conditions, it's all about being lazy and efficient. Slow, 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 and slide it into the air as I go under the wing. And ease off, let it settle if it's not wanting to fly. You can fly in zero wind, but what's the point? Right, shut down the camera again. You want to say hi to everybody in California? Yep. Torrey Pines.
See what happens.
Ah.